One Zambia, one nation. Welcome to the news. To present, my name is Henry Himonde. Top stories in the news. Netherlands invests €1 million in water and sanitation projects. Kawamba pupils appeal for desks. Lion Aid Zambia conducts cataract surgeries in Mumbwa. And Kasama Airport works advance. The news in detail. The Netherlands Red Cross has provided over €1 million to Zambia Red Cross Society towards improvement of water supply and hygiene standards in selected parts of Chirundu, Kitwe, Livingstone and Solwezi districts. The investment under the Helpers project has seen the construction of 4 washing facilities in clinics and schools, among other interventions. Details in this report.
So tungafunena futhi ngati kukwanisika vatuleterako monga chinangu monga ichi chamene chichosa manji monga ichi pantu muno munji kulibe chiguchi chichosa manji monga ichi Red Cross chitonga zikomo.
She is speaking on behalf of over 500 households here in Chikume village in Livingstone. The Zambia Red Cross Society, with funding from the Netherlands Red Cross, is implementing the Help the Helpers project, where a number of water points have been rehabilitated to provide clean and safe water to communities here in Livingstone. The project has also constructed hand-washing points in health and education facilities in an effort of promoting good hygiene practices.
You agree with me that even in a household where there is no water, there is a chance that disease and disease prevalence can actually increase because people are not washing their hands and they're not taking care of themselves. So we came up with this idea through the council and also Ministry of Health. We thought of supporting this school because at that point they did not have a hand washing facility. So this gave them a chance to improve their hygiene and their welfare in terms of their water and sanitation.
It has helped us in healthy hygiene and it has helped us to reduce COVID-19. We thank you so very much for building us a hand wash facility.
The Zambia Red Cross Society, through the Help the Helpers project, also went further to rehabilitate the COVID-19 isolation center at the Livingstone University Teaching Hospital.
I'm aware of the hospital project. Red Cross, especially the Livingstone branch, have been doing a very good job towards the community.
When Red Cross came through, the whole ward became fully functional and was ready to be used as isolation ward for our patients.
Now, the Zambia Red Cross Society is also ensuring that it takes messages against sexual and gender-based violence closer to communities where it is operating from, as can be seen in my background. Amos Zulu, Livingstone.
Vice President Mtale Nalumango has urged the church to remain dedicated to preaching the word of God and remain non-partisan. Mrs. Nalumango says government will continue upholding the declaration of Zambia as a Christian nation and also work closely with the church to spearhead development in the country. Miles Kabengo reports that the Vice President was speaking when she officiated at the fundraising breakfast for the National Day of Prayer in Lusaka.
The National Day of Prayer is held every year on the 18th of October. The committee has since held a fundraising breakfast aimed at mobilizing resources for the day and also to respond to the needs of the vulnerable in society. Vice President Mtale Nalumango, accompanied by her husband, Bishop Max Nalumango, graced the occasion. Mrs. Nalumango observes the need for collaboration between the church and the state if the country is to prosper in all aspects.
There is need for collaboration between the church and the state if the country is to prosper. Thank you for the prayer again. For me, I listened carefully. There was that. the country may prosper, the economy may get healed. I hope you are following like me, because that's why we are here to learn what God is saying through many ways. So it is to prosper in all aspects, given that your government understands and respects the important role that the church plays in the governing system of Zambia. Therefore, government will continue striving to work closely with the church to seek guidance in the betterment of the lives of our people. May I remind you that government and the church should not compete, but work together and even make life easy for the people of Zambia.
The Vice President also encouraged the church to remain dedicated by preaching the gospel and remain non-partisan.
I encourage the church to remain dedicated to preaching the Bible and remain non-partisan, except indeed to work with the government of the day. The government is committed to working with the church in addressing challenges that the people of Zambia are faced with. I encourage you and the church members to take advantage of the government policy on entrepreneurship and apply for funding, which is also available under SME through CEC and under the Constituency Development Fund.
National Day of Prayer Organizing Committee Chairperson Esther Zanis said the fundraising event is aimed at raising funds for the vulnerable in society, especially victims of floods in Zambia and neighboring countries.
This fundraising has been organized for funds for 3 reasons. Raising funds for 3 reasons. Number 1, raising funds for prayers, including the National Day of Prayer. Number 2, social welfare for the needy and the vulnerable in and out of Zambia. Number 3, sensitization and promotion of the national values.
Miles Kavingo for Zanis in Lusaka.
We now move to Northern Province, where the district administration in Mpulungu has started graveling the road leading to Mpulungu District Hospital to make it passable for residents and motorists. District Commissioner Gerhard Skazwe says the road has been in a poor state for a long time, hence the move to start rehabilitation works. In the education sector, Mpongwe Town Council has flagged off the distribution of 2,000 desks for schools in the district. Mpongwe Central Member of Parliament Gregory Ngowani says the procurement of desks was done using the 2022 Constituency Development Fund CDF. Noah Kangali now reports.
These are some of the desks that have been procured by the local authority in Mpongwe District from the 2022 Constituency Development Fund. Mpongwe Town Council is scheduled to procure and distribute 2,200 desks to various schools in the district. Area Member of Parliament Gregory Ngowani graced Phase 1 distribution of the desks to various schools in the district.
I'm particularly impressed with the quality of the desks we are receiving today. The desks are of good quality. This is impressive. I commend contractors as well as local authority for the job well done. I'm happy to note that our local contractors are producing standard work.
District Education Board Secretary Charity Lungu said the desk distribution will alleviate challenges facing young learners in the district.
Mpongwe District has 103 schools. We thank the government for organizing such a ceremony today so that the 44 schools, my community schools in Mpongwe District, can test what a standard desk is.
Young learners were present during the distribution exercise.
I stand here today as a proud and grateful student on behalf of all the learners in Mpongwe District. to express my heartfelt thanks to our new Dawn government for the beautiful desks which they have given us. The struggle of sitting on the floor is no more.
Noah Kangali for Zanis in Mpongwe.
We now take our first break, and when we return, Kawambwa pupils appeal for desks. Stay tuned.
The government of Zambia and the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa, COMESA, will this June host the 22nd Summit of COMESA Heads of State and Government at the Mulungushi International Conference Center, Lusaka. The summit will take place on Thursday, the 8th of June 2023. The COMESA Summit will be preceded by the 18th meeting of Ministers of Foreign Affairs on Tuesday, 6th June, and the COMESA Business Forum on Wednesday, 7th of June 2023. The theme of the summit is Economic Integration for a Thriving COMESA, anchored on green investment, value addition, and tourism. Delegates from the 21 COMESA member states and beyond are expected to attend the COMESA Summit in Lusaka. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Information and Media and COMESA. For news and current affairs, entertainment, sports, children's programs, and a host of other events in and beyond our borders, Zanis TV has you covered. On Channel 6 and Channel 458 on Topstar.
The news continues. Pupils at Chiwela Primary School in Kawambwa District are appealing to government to help transport their desks from Chama area to the school. The pupils are sitting on the floor as part of the desks designated to the school are marooned in Chama area due to the poor state of the road. Mwangala Kapandula was in Kawambwa and now reports.
Pupils at Chiwela Primary School in Kawambwa District are appealing to government to help transport desks they received for the school. The pupils are sitting on the floor as part of the consignment of the desks designated to the school are marooned in Chama area and could not be moved due to the poor state of the road.
Yako toshtama desk. So mujuni kule talala. Tulimbi wambi wafuma ko bali abukana kama na so. Onfe no se abashikote ne fa kumakasa na. Ne fa ko majesta ko ta kufala ko mubiti. Talala.
The road is critical as it also houses huge investors such as Kawambwa Sugar Limited, which has invested $50 million US in the avocado project and is also working on modalities to support the school.
We are bringing in electricity. We are working with the government to bring in road connectivity so that we have a direct access to the D19 so that you're not reliant on a small boat crossing the stream. In the first instance, that's proposed to be a pontoon. To us, that is only a temporary measure. It is not a permanent fix. So we are working in conjunction with the government to put in a proper road access, which will come right on your doorstep, which is obviously to help our project develop, but aside from that, it will help villages like this and schools like this to have more connectivity with the outside world also.
Kawambwa Council Chairperson is aware of the situation.
Under 2022, we had to procure about 1,900 to 2,000 desks. But this did not cater for the entire, for the entire schools, because the shortage of desks for the, for the entire district was was about 7,000. So this year we intend to procure 5,000, 2,500 for Pambashi, 2,500 for Kamba Central.
For Zanis News, Mwangala Kapandura reporting in Kawambwa District, Luapula Province.
From Kawambwa, we move to Namwala District, where some stakeholders have come on board to support the implementation of government's free education policy through provision of desks. World Vision Zambia has handed over 100 desks to Namwala District Education Board to be distributed to needy schools in the area. Government has expressed concern at the state of the ablution blocks at Kablonga Girls Secondary School in Lusaka. Lusaka Central Member of Parliament Mulambo Haimbe has since pledged to source for financial support to ensure the deplorable ablution blocks are worked on. Mr. Haimbe, who is also Minister of Justice, said this today during the Kablonga Girls Secondary School fundraising breakfast reunion. And speaking at the same event, Alumni President Annie Musimuko said the reunion has been organized to raise funds to be channeled towards improving sanitation facilities at the school. Meanwhile, school head teacher Agnes Chikwanda says despite facing a number of challenges, funding towards the school has increased as compared to the past.
The new Dawn government has taken a policy position as guided by His Excellency the President, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, that all schools must have running water and adequate sanitation facilities, and Kablonga Girls School is no exception. As promised already, it will be placed at the top of our agenda. Education equips learners and our women with skills, knowledge, and the confidence they need to become leaders, change makers, and trailblazers in their respective fields. The establishment of KAGA, therefore, signifies our collective commitment to ensuring that every girl in our community receives quality education and has the opportunity to reach their full potential.
To form the association so that together we can make progress and we can contribute to our school. In the past, we've done several projects. We've renovated classes, we've donated furniture, and this fundraiser is specifically meant to improve or overhaul the ablution blocks.
We also face other challenges such as high costs of maintaining the infrastructure, considering that this is one of the oldest schools in the country. The support we have so far received from KAGA is that of painting 15 classes out of 31 classes. This occasion to fundraise towards other projects is a confirmation of the zeal and determination of KAGA towards supporting the school.
The local authority in Mwansabombwe district in Wapula province has started the installation of pipes for a water reticulation system at Mukamba Secondary School. Council Senior Health Inspector Geoffrey Boalia says the project, which is being funded by Water for Kids, will supply water to the school and surrounding communities. Lewis Changwe filed in this report.
Inadequate water supply at Mukamba Secondary School in Mwansabombwe district will soon be a thing of the past. This is because the local authority, with financial support from Water for Kids, has started working on a piped water project for the school.
We are doing a project of piped water to cater for the school as well as surrounding villages. This is a project that is being funded by Water for Kids through Zambia Environmental Health Institute of Zambia.
The project, which is expected to be completed in 2 weeks, has delighted pupils and management at the school.
Not even garden. Why? Because when the community join water, also the school has to join. So it makes us also go late to classes.
The coming of tap water will improve one sanitation, even the coming of learners to school. On the other hand, the washing activities will be improved because learners will be able to wash their hands freely using. Members of staff who are in the teachers' compound will also benefit from the tap water because they will be able to have taps at their homes.
The move is indeed important as good sanitation begins with availability of water. Lewis Changwe, Zanis, Mwansabombwe.
Meanwhile, Central Province Minister Credo Nanjua has urged residents of Msukamabwe area in Chief Kaindu's area to take advantage of the free education policy and enroll their children in school. Mr. Nanjua has directed school management to arrange for an urgent meeting to sensitize people in the area on the importance of education. More in the following report.
Crop harvesting has brought absenteeism of the learners at Musukamawe Primary School in Chief Kaindu of Central Province. Pupils here are engaged in the harvesting of crops by parents and guardians, leading to absenteeism, the development that has angered Central Province Minister Credo Nanjua.
We don't produce children for labor. So we need to have a meeting in the shortest possible time, actually before exams will be coming, so that we have a community meeting with the community. We help the parents, we need to help the children. They need to have the freedom to come to school.
And a class teacher, Victor Mwenda, has complained that efforts to engage the parents to allow learners to attend classes have proved futile.
They withdraw their children, more especially if it is during the farming season. They withdraw their children to help them in farming. And then later on, when they are done with the harvesting, that's when they release their children.
Meanwhile, a grade 7 pupil has called on parents in the area to stop using pupils as cheap labor to harvest their crops.
Parents should let their children attend classes so that when they grow up, they can be independent and fend for themselves.
The parents must take heed and allow children to be in classes as opposed to using them as cheap labor in the fields. Krugasiankulu, Zanis, Mumbwa.
We take our final break, but still to come, Lion Aid Zambia conducts cataract surgeries at Mumbwa District Hospital. Stay tuned.
Life is a journey full of varied experiences. Can we reach our desired destiny? Can we achieve our desired goals? If yes, then how? Join Juliet Mutale
on Thursday at 18:30 hours
on How I Made It, a program that highlights various success stories from different personalities with different life experiences and backgrounds.
Catch Zanis TV on Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH. Zanis TV, the People's Channel.
The government of Zambia and the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa, COMESA, will this June host the 22nd Summit of COMESA Heads of State and Government at the Mulungushi International Conference Center, Lusaka. The summit will take place on Thursday, the 8th of June 2023. The COMESA Summit will be preceded by the 18th meeting of Ministers of Foreign Affairs on Tuesday, 6th June, and the COMESA Business Forum on Wednesday, 7th of June 2023. The theme of the summit is Economic Integration for a Thriving COMESA, anchored on green investment, value addition, and tourism. Delegates from the 21 COMESA member states and beyond are expected to attend the COMESA Summit in Lusaka. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Information and Media and COMESA.
And now the rest of the news. Lion Aid Zambia eye doctors have conducted 50 cataract surgeries at Mumbwa District Hospital. Team leader Muluwa Serenje says more surgeries will be conducted in 4 other districts in central and southern provinces. Here's a report.
These are some of the cataract patients waiting to undergo surgery. Lion Aid Zambia eye doctors are in Mumbwa District to lend a sight to the cataract patients. Team leader Dr. Muluwa Serenje now explains the criteria needed for one to undergo a surgery.
We saw about 50 patients,
And on Tuesday, again, another 50 patients whom we were able to screen and identify those who had cataracts that were operable. We put them on a list. Those who had other eye conditions or their cataracts were not yet mature, we just took down their details, and they'll be coming every so often to have their cataracts checked to see if they're operable.
Dr. Serenge says the team has successfully met its targeted number of cataract patients.
So we were targeting 50 eyes. Yes, so we reached our target. We had about 52 eyes by day 2, that's Tuesday, 52 eyes. Yes. But some of them had to be excluded because of other conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes.
Meanwhile, Akufuna Mlonda is one of the lucky patients who has undergone cataract surgery.
So naina panista expect ati kapena maingi kuseni wakachiosa hiki zambo uona nikamboona nchito zija ndaye kuona sometimes mtu kutali sono munga ina mitu ibili kataenda so munga ina myendoko manje nzaona bili nyanga kapena zankala kwanje kuyamba mailo wakachiosa bandage.
Eye checkups should be encouraged for early detection of cataract. Kruga Siankulu, Zanis, Mumbwa.
Now, a delegation of permanent secretaries from various ministries has visited Kasama district to check on ongoing works on the runway and apron at Kasama Airport. We have more in the following report.
Works on the runway at Kasama Airport keeps on advancing day by day. Today, a team of 5 permanent secretaries from various ministries have gone on site to physically check on the work done. Sifuniso Stwala from the Ministry of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development is the project manager.
Lot 1, we are around 62% overall, but on the runway we are now at 82%. So 62 because of the apron that remains to be done, which we are working on right now. And for ZNS, we are now at around 75%. They have mobilized fully.
Transport and Logistics Permanent Secretary Frederick Mwalusaka, who spoke on behalf of other permanent secretaries, is impressed with what has been done so far.
It's quite impressive. Yeah. You know what the contractors have been able to achieve from April. Because most of this work we are seeing has actually been done between April and now. And if they can do so much work in this short period of time, you know, it gives us hope that they will meet the target. So we are not moving on the target. That one remains the same.
The Ministry of Defense Permanent Secretary and his counterpart from the Ministry of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development encouraged the 2 contractors working on the project to continue working together to meet the target.
But what you've done in 2 months, just impressive. But you can actually work together more in the next 6 weeks?
Yes.
Job done.
But we can see now that ZNS has the capacity to do the work that we didn't think they would be able to do. So congratulations to ZNS. And we'll certainly be giving you more work now that we've seen what you are capable of doing.
Taonga Nkoma for Zanis in Kasama District.
And finally, Chipangali District Commissioner Paul Sakala has flagged off the distribution of 74 bicycles to community welfare assistant committees to help in the implementation of social cash transfer program. Here are the details.
Beneficiaries of the social cash transfer who have come to witness the handover of 74 bicycles to the community welfare assistant committees to ease mobility. Chipangali District Commissioner was guest of honor.
My office acknowledges the numerous operational challenges that the Department of Social Welfare endures. Transport at district community level has been a serious hindrance. I'm alive to the fact that government is committed to resolving the challenges. These bicycles are meant to ease the movement of the volunteers, especially during monitoring of activities. Chipangali, being a rural district, is one of the vast districts in the province with 8 wards and a population of over 169,357 people. However, my plea is for the ministry to allocate bicycles to each committee member. My office will not take kind any abuse of the bicycles.
And the Social Welfare Office in the district commended government for the gesture.
That we are very much grateful for the gesture that the government has given us. It has not been easy. Ero mtundu wa njinga zamene batipasa sima ordinary ego. Mwina mtengo imozi njinga tikaeserera mwina ingafike 5,000 kwacha. Tikachita masamu, we are talking of about 370.
The recipients were full of joy.
Masiwaka mafuto waja wata fuati pasa mendedwe kwa mwina mutima enda pasi ndiye mumafunika kuti mjinga mbono ngeka teba pasa njinga paromba tizapita pasogoro nizona kuti mene mafuto wazira hapa boma sina kazikike zaka za chepa ndiye ngati kubwera zinthu zodula ngati izi tikuti zikomo kwa ndipo ise zakuthandizana pa chichonse mene mzafuna kwa isi nsokozeka chifukwa chotithandiza.
For Zanis News, I'm Stephen Mukobeko in Chipangali, Eastern Province.
Stephen Mukobeko's report brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, another look at the top stories. The Netherlands has invested €1 million in water and sanitation projects. Pupils in Kawambwa have appealed for desks. Lion Aid Zambia has conducted 50 cataract surgeries in Mumbwa district. And works at Kasama Airport have advanced. Thank you so much for staying with us on the news. On behalf of the entire news production crew, my name is Henry Himonde. Remember, we are one Zambia, one nation. Until next time, it's goodbye.